Good morning, sugar britches.
Morning.
Morning, y'all. Welcome to Stivers Homestead. Thank you all so much for the amazingly kind words in yesterday's video. We have shooken it off.
We have. Today is a better day.
That's right. The sun's shining bright. Your all's words of encouragement definitely lifted our spirits. We really appreciate that. So we're starting out by just taking y'all around with our morning chores today. You ready to do that milking?
Yep. So we gave the chickens some fresh straw last night, and it was right at their bedtime. It was like 6 p.m. and the sun was going down, and they got so excited, got all jacked up about the straw because they love Stivers. So I'm not sure if they got much sleep last night or if they went on to bed and saved it for this morning. They love it. T-Bird. Everybody's on him because he can't behave himself. T-Bird, be nicer. They'll be nicer to you. What's up, boys? It appears that you are getting a little stir-crazy cabin fever in here because you've pretty much eaten everything, so we're gonna have to move you. But first, breakfast. Be nice.
All right, the backyard petting zoo is taken care of. Now it's time to show you all. There she is. She's taking off in front of me. Now it's time to show you all officially something that we did in the goat lady's house. We showed some clips and stuff, but not the finished product. So we built a whole new pen. It's much taller, bigger, and that is actually where we're doing the milking. So see how much bigger that bad boy is? She don't look the prettiest in the world, but I promise you, she's much more functional and a lot better on our bending down. So there she is in all her glory. We'll get in there and we'll show you a little bit more.
One. No. One.
I got morning goats. Morning. Hey goats. Hey goats.
Let's all be good girls this morning. Hi, Penny.
Oh, no, it didn't.
Yeah. Yep.
Go scrape it. Okay. Ready? So while she's milking, and Rusty's actually being decent, what we've been doing, so we got this new house that we built. It's the exact same style structure. It's 3 pallets, 3 pallets, 3 pallets, and then we moved the gate over to this one. But we used a little bit more of tin rather than that plastic stuff on top. But what we've been doing, we've been putting the Butter's babies up at night, her kids, so we could have the milk in the morning. Well, they are about, what, 4 or 5 months old now?
Yeah,
almost 5 months old, so it's time to wean, and they were just wearing her out throughout the day. So she's not doing it naturally, so we are actually putting them in here. Plenty of room. They got hay, they got feed, they got water and sunlight. So they got plenty of room to spread her out just to do the weaning process. What that's done for us is we get a lot of milk now.
Yep, so we're getting more than half a gallon a day.
Yeah, so more than half a gallon a day is beautiful because we get all the milk the babies don't. And it's good for them. It's time for them to wean. So it won't take too long, and then we'll get them back out with the rest of the group. And that's kind of what's been happening in Goatland. And Jennifer is a stinking pro here at milking. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, the hobbles I made, they kind of get stuck, and they work when we are out here by ourselves. But if I'm able to work from home, it doesn't take nothing for me to come out here with her and just kind of put my hands around her legs. It's just easier, and I don't even really have to grab. It's just more of her knowing someone's touching them and she doesn't move. But milking has gone fantastic lately.
Yeah, a lot better. And the amount of milk, very exciting.
Yep. So she made some goat cheese.
Yep.
That was exciting. And I think she's about to take her hand at the yolk.
I've tried it once and it failed. I'm gonna try again. I have an actual culture this time, so we'll see.
Yeah. And we had an Instapot, and that's what she used it, but the one that we like got the recipe from looked like a newer Instapot version. And we didn't have all we have a yogurt option, but we couldn't choose like our temperature. It was just low, medium, or high. So I think we finally maybe figured it out. Are you even using Instapot?
I don't know. I haven't decided. This is the first time I've ever used the Instapot, and I don't know anything about them.
Yeah. Probably not the best thing. The first thing you ever do on an Instapot is trying to make yogurt. But yeah, so we'll keep you up to date on that. Miss Dolly is just the best thing in the world. Kids absolutely love her. She loves the kids. It's funny when they come out, she goes running in a circle all over the place. Just so excited to see them. Isn't that right, Dolly? Isn't that right? And y'all are probably going to be like, I told you should have done the first structure this tall. This one is 8, 7, 6 slope. And the first one is 6, 5, 4. And so I'm 6 foot tall. Jen, what are you, about 5'8", 5'9"?
No, 5'5".
Oh, that's close. So it's tight on all of us. But the reason that sometimes you do like a smaller structure is materials. I mean, it took a lot more to cover this one up than it does a 6'5", 4 foot structure. So that's something to keep in mind, whenever you are building anything, if you're trying to do it on tighter funds, sometimes the most comfortable is the better way to go. But we were able to get some extra funds and do this bigger one, and we needed 2 anyways. For when we do start kidding and all that good stuff, to where we can have a nice enclosed private area.
You're wondering what I'm doing with my leg. It burns a forearm. After a while, the first 10 minutes are okay, and then it starts to burn.
Jen's
So I'm trying to rest my elbow on my knee.
Jen's forearm is about to be the size of the rock.
There.
Oh, we had some questions about this. A little tapping. Sorry, you might not be able to see because Dolly is just in I need attention mode. What that does is if you're not an experienced milker, I guess, once you've gone through and it starts getting like you're not getting any milk, well, they have like a reserve basically. And where she's not being milked, we need to get it all out of her because it can cause, what's it called? Mastitis. So you give it.
If you don't get it all and there's milk left, it tells her body that she doesn't need to produce more and that she needs to produce less.
Very true.
It's just like a human.
Yeah. So when you kind of do that, if you ever seen a kid actually nurse, it pushes up really hard and then it starts sucking. So we're just imitating that move just for her to drop the rest of that milk and making sure we get it all. She's done eating, so this is when she starts getting a little antsy, but she's done so much better.
She's a good girl.
You good girl, Butters? She said, let me rub your sack and see how you feel about it. I was telling Jim yesterday, because we milk at night too now. I said, I don't care what you say. I know this is the most normal thing in the world, but we're sitting here rubbing a goat's teats, getting her milk out, and then when she doesn't give us all of it, we give it a little tappy tap.
And we stick her head in a thing.
Yeah, we stick her head in a cage and say, eat the food and don't worry about what we're doing down here.
You ever seen The Handmaid's Tale?
The Handmaid's Tale.
So just call me Serena. That's probably what my animals think of me.
Call me Serena.
They don't really like me when they come to the cage. They only come because they know they have to and they want food.
And if you're not familiar with us, this is very normal and safe and the appropriate way to do it. We're actually not doing any harm to our animals.
Dolly.
Good girl,
Butters. I'm gonna keep the milk away from Dolly. She loves it.
Yeah. If the kids started escaping because we like built a little structure in there too. They started escaping and getting on her, so we would only get a little squirt. So Dolly was getting a lot of, a little taste of goat's milk, and so now she really loves it.
Good girl. Good girl.
You did good. Anybody wondering, we give Dolly, she feeds with us. All of our goats are good and don't want the dog food, besides that one. So we have to feed Dolly separate, especially in the evening when Butters is free, because she will eat the dog food, and that's not good for them. All right, we all done?
Yep.
We're completely out of room in all of our jars. We've been using quart jars just to fill up our milk because we're getting so much. So we're gonna get us some more big gallon jars. But in the meantime, Jen's already got her yogurt going just so we can clear up some room. So this is the Instapot that we got. You can see there. So what she's doing is she set it to, there is a custom setting so she can actually choose her temperature. So she's doing it for 8 hours with the culture in to start.
No, no culture yet.
No culture yet.
Heating up the milk.
It's heating up the milk, and it's how much, a quart to 2 quarts?
I put 2 in. It's 1 to 2, so I did 2.
2 quarts. So that'll run for 8 hours. Once that 8 hours is up, then you move the temperature down, right?
Yep. You gotta cool it to 112.
Cool it to 112. Then she'll add the culture, and then we do it for another 8 hours. Fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens. So if you have some goat milk around and you want to try to make a yogurt, there you go. But now we're gonna see how much we got. So we got a quart and a quarter, it looks like, this morning.
For reference, we have a family of 4, and we drink goat's milk for breakfast. All of us have about 8 ounces each morning with our breakfast, and that covers, only a quart covers all 4 of us. So the quart and a quarter is extra. However, we have 2 gallons in the fridge, which is why I'm making other stuff like yogurt and cheeses and goat's milk soap. And so if you were wondering, and a quart is good, a quart and a quarter is good, but there's goats out there that will give you even more milk than that. So at the end of the day, we'll have about half a gallon from her, which is really good, but you can get a gallon. There's other goats. She's a little bit older. So she's not ready to be retired, but she's a little bit older, so she does her best, and it's enough for us because we don't have a large family. Yeah,
and from where we started about a month ago to where we are now, huge improvement. So we are getting there, but yes.
But if you're wondering, if you have a small family and you want to sustain your family on goat's milk, you can do it. It's enough.
Oh yeah, for sure. 1 goat. Yeah. We're about to have like 7 at some point that are all going to be in milk. That's going to be a fun day. Yeah. Yummy compost going into the compost. And something funny. Jen is all about her morning routine, which I am too, because we're very efficient. We get done extremely early. And just because where I work, I have a lot of things that I got to do. So it's nice to get everything done super early. Get out of there. So the compost bin is getting full, and it's actually good compost that's in there, so that's really exciting. But yeah, so now that I got that unstuck, I left the soap bucket down at the goat house, so I got to go back and get it. Jen gave me a look like, you son of a gun, why you leaving my stuff? Now here we are delaying the morning routine. I'm like, it's fine, I got it. Found it. It's so nice to have t-shirts on. Oh my goodness, I'm so ready for spring, and the sunshine is making me happy. There you go.
Thank you. Moved on.
He's telling the kids to keep it down just a notch. They're playing really well together, but they get super loud. All right, here is the chicks. Wow, y'all done knocked your water off. That's fun. They're getting big. Here's these guys over here. You can't really see them, can you? We've got to put up like traps so they don't jump out of here. But everybody's doing good since we've gotten past that first week, and they're all doing great. I think Jen's gonna show you a baby bunny here in a minute once we get doing them chores.
This time of morning, after we do the dishes, after the milking, we change all the chickens' water, give them fresh food, fresh bedding if they need it, just doing a general check. And then we move to the rabbits, check them, see if they need any food, hay, water, bedding, all the fun stuff. And we get that done, and then we move back to the outside animals and check all of their water situation and the greenhouse. So let's go.
Hi, cheeks. 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 Middle, yeah. Right there.
Come on. Little babies. Yeah. Here you go, Mama. Good. Here. Yeah, my boy. Not interested. They just want the hay.
Here they come. Look at them stinking cute babies. Would you say they couldn't be cuter even if they wanted to be?
Yep.
Jen mentioned she really loves having them in this house. I told her that's fine and all, but they are not staying. What's that emoji that?
Toast, hard-boiled egg, and yolk. What are you gonna eat?
Toast and hard-boiled egg. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Maybe I'll like your yogurt, but I don't like
Yogurt.
yogurt. No, it's a mind thing.
Is it? I made it quick enough. Ellie, get that. What do you think? You can like it?
I have no idea.
I actually bought this yogurt. It has like 6 different live cultures in it, and I got it to start my own culture with, or my own yogurt with, because you have to have a culture. Didn't work, so until my yogurt is done, we're eating up this yogurt, and it's okay, but it's not homemade, and I really want homemade.
No, it ain't. I think I've tried yogurt every possible way you can have yogurt, and I can't get myself to like it.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but I know it's good for me, and if I put enough granola and fruit, then I can bear it.
It's slightly manageable with the granola, but then I find myself just picking out the granola pieces. What are you gonna do?
They're using the bare naked maple pecan. It's pretty good. I like it. And I'm gonna put blackberries and blueberries in mine. I just did blackberries and Wyatt's because he likes the taste of blueberries, but he doesn't like the part that comes from the stem, the little butt of it. It's too rough, he says. The child has a thing for texture.
Does. Big time.
And I'm not about to cut up blueberries.
He loves peppers too, but or apples. It's apples. But
Yep.
if you get even a slight bit of the core, and when you cut it,
Yep.
Go ahead and count that sliver away.
That's Wyatt for you.
Bless his heart. Me and Jan are going to try to make our own hot sauce this year when we get some of our peppers and different stuff in. But in the meantime, that is the greatest hot sauce ever. Absolutely ever. But hopefully we can master and make something similar this year.
You might be wondering what Raylan's eating. She's eating waffles because right now
Don't like that.
she doesn't like anything, and I'm working so hard with Wyatt to get him to try new foods that I just really don't have the energy to do her yet. So once she gets his age, about 5 or 6, we'll try.
Now, she loves a grape. She loves a good old
loves
grape.
grapes. One kid at a time.
How you gonna eat that?
Those grapes. Oh, yeah. A little full.
A lot of sap, a little full. Even though it's not Christmas, we can still quote Christmas Vacation. Yep.
But what?
Nope.
So,
Everywhere.
oh my gosh. She got it now. It's okay when she does it. Not when I do it though. I've been begging to get in these paper towels.
And a mess.
Better than that looks like.
We'll turn it off. Let's get to breakfast.
Look, we're missing something. You got what? This is their favorite part, the kids, that is. Hey, breakfast time. Lord, we pray to you this morning to thank you for the food on our tables, thank you for the happiness and health that we all share. Lord, we pray for all the families that are impacted by the Nashville tornadoes and anyone that may be impacted by the viruses that are spreading right now. Lord, thank you for the sun, thank you for the heat. We are ready for a good day, and this is the way to start it. Lord, we love you with all of our heart and Jesus, and we pray, amen.
Yeah.
Let's eat.
This is
Good.
It's good. Everybody's watered, everybody's fed, including us. That was a delicious breakfast. And now I'm just checking on a couple things out here. And then it'll be regular day, and then kick back in the afternoon because we got a lot of stuff going on. But that'll be tomorrow's video. So I tested the waters here. We got down into the 30s. It said it was supposed to be 38, but it got down to about 34 and we had a frost. So these are frost hardy plants. But I just wanted to make sure the carrots still look good. Salad's still rocking over there, but I wanted to show you all another thing in the greenhouse because literally in one day, things changed like crazy. In the greenhouse, it held a really good temp. We're back already up to 80 degrees now. It does not take long when the sun is out for this place to get warm. So we've got a little bit of the windows open, but look at these tomatoes. Make sure y'all can see it. So yesterday I showed you all this like a few Bonnie's Best. Now basically all of them are up. Actually, that's kind of funny. The pink oxheart doesn't look like any's up there, but the black crimps are all up. We've got a lot of pineapple tomatoes and some white cherries. So literally in the matter of a day, we went from not seeing any life, besides like a couple, to almost all of them now germinated and up, and that's great. So I was just kind of glancing at everything else, still not seeing the peppers, the other stuff still soon, but our potatoes are on the way. So if you missed our video, we are doing a root stout method, which we have it under, y'all love when I say this, under our silage tarp. Silage, it don't matter. It's a silage tarp and it's under a big old black tarp is what it is. But that's thick. We have it up under here and I have not opened it since then, so it's been quite a while. But here is the bed that we have. We've got over 40 pounds of potatoes coming. We can't wait. We got our potatoes from Hoss Tools. Once we get them, we'll show you what we got. However, if you are wanting to do potatoes, you need to get that order in basically now so they can get them out to you. If you're in some of our more northern areas, they wait till there's no chance of frost and shipping. It's so windy today. They wait till there's no frost in shipping, so if there's a delay, that's why, because they can't ship it. But I want to pull this back real quick and just kind of see what we're looking like under there, because there's a lot of nice straw bales that I'm hoping have composted down even more. Man, check those out. Gosh, don't they look good? And look at that. Underneath. Look at all that goodness. So what we did was we used a lot of already composting straw that we use as our goat pens. And then we layered a brand new bale of straw on top to kind of protect it and help pack that in. So I'm super excited with how they look. I think they're gonna be great. The tarp has also helped keep it dry in there. So a little bit moisture, but it dries so our potato beds aren't soaked and we can actually plant them, because you want to plant them in a very pretty dry source. But what we'll do is once we actually are ready to plant, we'll get another bale to put on top, because what we'll do is we'll bury them down into these. Then you want to cover them up so that sunlight can't get in there. And that is going to be fantastic. So I love how they look. I'm excited with the progress. Guineas, it's just a straw bale. Lord have mercy. But I'm super pumped with these. They're really going to pump some potatoes out for us, I do believe. Now, put the tarp back on. Okay, y'all. Right back up and ready to set until it's time to plant. So, I do believe this is where we leave you all. All the animals are enjoying the sun. Hope y'all kind of enjoyed. That was basically like our morning chores day, and we really didn't even really plan it to be that way, but it worked out nicely. So, I hope y'all enjoyed. Got a little glimpse of what our morning looks like. And maybe stay tuned tomorrow. You might get to see what the evening chores look like. Hi, y'all. We love you. Until the next one. Oh, YouTube told me we don't say to subscribe enough. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it. See y'all.